Hey guys, Jamie here. Want to show you something I came across the other day. Down the bank here. Pretty smashed up. I believe it's a 1930s Studebaker. You can see on the front here there's an S and a T. So I think Studebaker. Looks like about 30s, early 40s era. Not a whole lot left of it. Take a look here. Or the steering wheel was seized or not. Yeah, she's not gonna move. Had suicide doors. Yeah, pretty mashed up. Try to get a little bit back from it so I can see better. I'm using the iPhone instead of the contour because the iPhone seems to do better in darkness. It looks like the car probably stopped here. This was probably the final rolling spot. And I think it rolled all the way down the bank here. Right up top there is the highway. And during the winter back then, I'm guessing it probably went down the bank here. There's looks like part of the floor here. And from what I can see, I think this would have been the e-brake. I'm not entirely sure on that. You can see there's a linkage here. It's interesting how it just looks like it bolted in. The door is pretty mashed up. Glove box. Oh, it still moves. The pedals are still in it. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's that looks like maybe a choke cable hanging down there. I'm not really sure. There's a few interesting little bits still left in it. The seat here is still in there. There's lots of little pieces of trim everywhere. Front spindle still on here. And here's the engine out of it. I think somebody must have pulled it out of it. And you can see the bell housing still attached. Kind of interesting thing was this thing must have been doing flip-flops down the bank and whatnot, and I don't know if it would have been running the whole time or not till it stopped, but the motor would have been kind of starved of oil. And you can see this is a I can flip it over here. It's a inline six cylinders in a row here. And kind of funny, somebody took the pistons out of it and took the head. They left the camshaft here, And I don't know what good that stuff would have been if it was starved of oil. Maybe parts are very hard to find, but I don't think anybody would really want to use the pistons. I can't imagine they'd be much good. And another interesting piece, I think probably got tore out of it on the way down here, is over here. The I'm not sure what that is. That's part of it or not. I think that's something else. But the rear differential here, you can see people have taken the axles out of it, center section, everything's gone. They left the brake pads, and looks like they were getting a little low. Not a whole lot of life left. But they are still left there. And yeah, they left the whole housing. Yeah, there's not much left of it. Interesting, it's all twisted from the roll. But the this had upper A-arms in the front here, and kind of, yeah, it's hard to see. It looks like it had a lower A-arm, so it was independent front suspension on it, which may have been common back then, I don't know. The driver's door, apart from the bullet hole in it, it's not horrible. It's actually pretty solid of a door. The handle still moves even. Oh, it still works, I doubt that. But the driver's door would be something that somebody in desperate need could probably pull off and use. This door's pretty mashed. And yeah, anyways, there's the bank that would roll down the highway way up there, right at the top there. And I imagine it's been sitting here for a long time. Try to get a better look here. A lot of the stuff on here is still pretty solid. It's just too bad it's so mashed up. Not really usable. These are kind of interesting. I don't know if these were to latch the hood or what. But you can see there's 4 of them in here, 2 on each side. So I assume that's probably what they're for. Grab this piece here. There. That was probably the, there's no cable left inside of it, but that was probably the throttle cable. And that down there. Now see, that may have been the throttle cable actually. The linkage for it. I'm not entirely sure. One of them would have been for the clutch. This is kind of interesting too. Here is this is a vent for it. Looks like it's so full of crap here, but it would have lifted up. I don't know if it's up as high as it would go, but it's not gonna matter much if I break it. But you can see it would have gone back down and sit flush, so I'm guessing that was probably for the in the cab, the ventilation. Not entirely sure, but I would assume so. Anyways, guys, that's the video, and yeah, just thought I'd show you guys. If anybody thinks they could use something from this, it's in basically it's in Nelson, British Columbia, Canada, and just let me know. I'll tell you where it is. All right, see you guys later.